Well, we got to say goodbye to the 2022 Royal Enfield Himalayan, guys, but there's a lot more to come. Stay tuned. What's up, riders? Old Man Ronin here, and welcome back to the channel. Yeah, we're taking the 2022 Royal Enfield Himalayan back to Mid-Ohio Power Sports. I want to make a special shout out and thanks to those guys for letting me borrow this bike. We're going to be bringing something else home. It's kind of a secret. It's another not traditional style of motorcycle that I ride, and should be a lot of fun in upcoming videos. But this one is the return, and kind of like my final thoughts on the 2022 Himalayan. Be honest with you, this thing is super similar to my 2018. You know, the big changes are primarily cosmetic in my humble opinion. I know they said they've done some work with the ECU to make it start easier. I never had an issue. I know guys said that they had some until it warmed up, they had some issues. Like I said, I've run my bike in all kind of weather, you guys have noticed, and I'll put a little card up here in the corner for you guys on computers and phones to go check out my other Himalayan videos. I ride a lot in a lot of different temperatures, and I've had zero issue. And I know guys say that they have, and that's, you know, that's just what life is all about. But I really let my bikes warm up before I start riding them. Even in the summertime, I really like to pause for people backing out in the middle of the road. Let's see, he's going to go right off into the ditch. Go! But be that as it may, you know, I've never had any issue, and I really do love the way these motorcycles run. And like I said, I've really had no problem with the engine in any way, shape, or form, which is one of the reasons why I haven't done any of the upgrades up until now. But what we've done to our 2018 is we've done a brand new exhaust using a Bach silencer slash muffler, high performance. It's really a cool, I mean, it's gorgeous. I mean, I almost wish I had a chrome pipe to go with it, but I did not. I have the original header pipe on. Well, not the original. I bought another header pipe because of issues you guys seen in the video. If you haven't, you'll notice that that my bike was used, and I think what happened is when they put some stuff on it, they actually caused an exhaust leak. Well, when they caused the exhaust leak, there was a little bend in the header pipe, and I got rid of it. It wasn't causing any problems, but except for a slight little that you could hear, and like I said, that drives me nuts. I don't like that kind of stuff. So we put a new header pipe on it. We put the new Powertronics Fuel X Pro on it, and it's mounted right, let's say we went on this side. The Meteor's over here, but it's right here. And then of course we did the TEC, run little guy, run. We put the TEC air cleaner. Basically it's a stage 1 upgrade to give me a little bit better fuel economy, a little bit better mapping choices. Like I say, sometimes I want to run really rich, other times I want to run really lean, and that depends on where I'm at. So, and what road conditions and things like that. So that's one of the reasons we wanted to go with the Fuel X Pro, because it gives me the ability to switch the mapping right on the spot, and that makes me happy and gives me control. I don't have to be fooling my phone. I just have to hit a button right here, hold it for a few seconds, and it goes to that mapping, and boom, you're good to go. So it's one of the coolest things about that whole system. But this video is about the 2022. Now, I haven't touched this bike as far as doing anything to set it up for myself except for adjusting the mirrors, but it really, I mean, it's like riding my other bike. I did notice that the seat is a lot softer. The seat reminds me of my touring seat a little bit, except that I think the touring seat is actually a little bit better, but this one is pretty cool. I do like the touring seat, but the biggest two things I like about this bike is the way that they move the gas tank crash bars up farther, and because it gives my knees now 3 inches as opposed to a ½ inch. And I also like that the side stand, or the kickstand for us Americans, is a little bit shorter, or it's placed different. I'm not exactly sure yet, but with that said, I really do enjoy the way that it makes me feel on the bike. It's a lot more comfortable. Now, if this was my bike, I would do exactly the same what I've done to my 2018. I'd put the I'd put the GPS mount right up here. I use it as a camera mount and GPS mount. I would definitely put the Hitchcock's little bags on the side here, because I love those things. They, you know, people say, well, they're not waterproof. I don't care. I carry the waterproof stuff back in my aluminum panniers, and I do the same thing. I'd also put the protection that I have on this bike as well, like the GV metal engine guards, and you know, all the other I can't say that word. All the other accessories. You're an idiot! That I have on my 2018, because I think my 2018 is set up perfectly for me, minus that I wish I had a taller seat, but that may be coming in the, as soon as I can round up a little bit of dollar, baby. That may be coming in the very near future. But as far as performance, again, it rides nearly identical. I'm getting very good fuel economy. It's right around 70 miles to a gallon, a little bit more in some stretches. Again, it depends on what I'm doing and where I'm riding. Obviously, this kind of stuff, I'm going to get a little bit less mileage because I'm on back roads and, you know, in gravel-ish roads. Oops, forgot to turn off my turn signal. I know, right? And I brag about that all the time. Apparently not. You know, a lot of the guys always ask me, is there anything I really don't like about the Himalayan models? Are they underpowered? No, not for what they are made for. The Himalayan is built for this kind of stuff. It's not a highway cruiser, and I think a lot of guys would get that into their head, that the bike is not made for the super highway. It's made for back roads, no roads, which you guys see me ride all the time in the dirt. This engine does whatever you want it to do. Like right now, I'm in 4th gear, and again, you're not going to get the true feeling on a GoPro camera of how this hill is, but I'm accelerating just using torque in a higher gear than what I probably could. And I'm not, like I said, not dropping a gear. I'm accelerating up the hill. So that low end torque at low speeds is where this thing shines. And if you ever watched anybody do the Trans-America Trail or anybody do the BDRs throughout the country, unless they're on a paved road, they're not doing over 40 miles an hour. Unless they're not caring about their stuff or themselves, they're riding in a situation where you're under 30 most of the time. And if that's the case, these type of bikes do exceptionally well, because that's what they're designed for. It's how the motorcycle makes you feel and how it performs to your riding style, which is what makes the right decision bike for you. It is, you know, it's about the looks, it's about the character of the bike, it's about the characteristics of the bike, it's about what it does and what you want it to do in a particular situation. And what I've seen I like so far, I mentioned the windscreen. I do love this here. These bars here, they moved them forward, is a lot better for us taller riders, guys. It really truly is. It's a lot more comfortable. The seat has been made a lot softer. I think what they're doing, I think they kind of took a little bit of the gel pack out of the Touring. I don't know exactly what, I just know it's different. And also the side stand or the kickstand, it has more of a lean, and I think that's really important, particularly on uneven surfaces. But these things do so well, so immature in the corners. Oh, I love them. Himalayan is without a doubt a mainstay in my garage and my shop from now on. It just, and again, I get to do so much more fun things than I have been in a lot of years. Is getting off-road. You know, like I said, I've ridden some, in fact, we're bringing home another bike. It's we're going to bring home a Versus well, after we drop this off. Like I said, don't know when you'll see that video either, but we're going to bring that home for a few rides. But the whole thing I'm trying to get at is I love riding all kind of different bikes, and that tells me, it tells me and reaffirms me what kind of rider I am and what kind of rider I want to be and what kind of rider as far as confidence that I have. I really do love riding different motorcycles. But it always brings me back to, I love riding this ADV style bike. I love riding the cruiser style bike, and I love riding the British or the English standard. I really do love riding those kind of motorcycles, and that's what I'm talking about. Oh, this thing just does so well. And here's some acceleration, guys. Hey, I did turn off my turn signal. Yeah, 70 mile an hour, man. Who says this bike doesn't run? You haven't ridden one. But you can see in this, we're coming out of the foothills of the Appalachians where I live, and we're getting into an area where it's more rolling hills and more flat land. But yeah, I'm running almost 60 miles an hour at 4,400 RPM, and most places on the planet, this is like the top speed. And so you can do this all day long at this speed. Like I say, we're at 55, which is 90% of the highways in America, or the roads in America, I should say. Highways are usually between 60 and 80. But this bike will handle it without any issue whatsoever. And that's why I said, know where you're going to be riding 90% of the time. I love throwing out that percentage, don't I? But what I'm trying to say is most of the time. And then buy the bike that's going to give you the most efficiency, doing the most what you want to do in that realm of where you're going to ride. I mean, guys, if you only go to Sturgis one time a year, run a frickin' bike. Well, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video today. I mean, I've pretty much said everything I can possibly say about this bike, except for you really need to get out and test ride it. And here in Central Ohio, East Central Ohio, we have a couple dealers I think would be cool for you to go check out. Obviously, the Throttle Company in Columbus, which would be the biggest one, I suppose. Mid-Ohio Power Sports in Mount Vernon. And there's one down in Xenia, Ohio called Williams. And go check those guys out. See if you can test ride one of the motorcycles. I know Throttle Company for sure, and Mid-Ohio will be more than willing and happy for you guys to test ride their motorcycles and get a feel for them. And I know for a fact at Mid-Ohio, if you wanted to see, I had a guy come up to me and say, hey, I want to test ride a Meteor 350, but I want to do it, my wife and I want to ride together. And I said, Mid-Ohio will let you do it, man. So bring your helmets, bring your gear, bring your wife, get on a Meteor, get on a Himalayan, and test ride it and see how they perform for you, either single or two up. I think you'll get a big kick out of how these small engine bikes are actually changing the face of motorcycling in America. Well, guys, if you liked the video, make sure you give us a big thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe. Hit that bell notification button. Share and comment. You know I read all the comments and comment on as many as I possibly can. Until next time, guys, ride safe and keep her on two wheels, baby. And get out there and ride one of these bikes.